Hi, this is Balwant Reddy. Today's subject is data handling and visualization. Next, the topic is independent and dependent variables. Introduction of the variables are a fundamental concept in the research and experiments. Understanding these variables is crucial for designing effective experiments. This presentation will be distinguished between the independent and dependent variables. There are a strong positive correlations, weak positive correlations, strong negative correlations, weak negative correlations, and moderate negative correlation and no correlations. Next, what is an independent variable? An independent variable is a factor that it is a manipulate for change in an experiment. It is a considered the case in a cause and effect relationship. The, re- the researchers control the independent variable to observe its effect on the dependent variables. Next, next, what is an independent variables? In a study of a planet grow with the amount of sunlight is the independence variables. In a clinical trial, the dosage of the medication represents the independent variable. The types of fertilizer used can also be an independent variable in the agriculture experiments. Next, explanation of the dependent variables. In the plant's growth studies, the height of the plants is the independent variable. The clinical trial, the health outcomes of patients search the dependent variable. The yield of the crop can be a dependent variable when experimental fertilization effects. Independent variables cut is changed amount of water. Next, dependent variables by the changing size of the plant, number of leaves, living or dead. Next, importance of identifying variables. Clearly identifying independence and also dependent variables is essential for variable result. It helps the establish a car hypothesis and research questions. The properties identifications of overall variables adds in data analysis and interpretations. Next, next, visualization. Visualization independent versus dependent variable. Graphs and charts are a visual representation. The relationship between the variables. The independent variables is a typical protected on the x-axis while the difference variables is on the y-axis. Visualization helps in understanding trends and patterns in data. Explanation of the experiments. In a study of exercise, effective the amount of exercise is the independent variable where the rate of loss is the dependent variable. Next, testing the impact of temperature on the reaction rate. Temperature is independent. Experiment measure the study time agents and test score shows studying limit has independence test scores as dependent. Next, Next, common misunderstanding. Some way confuse the independence and defense variable based on the roles in experiments. The independent variable is not depend on the other variables while the dependent variable relies on it. Clarifying these terms is the virtue of effective communication in research. Next, independent versus dependent variables. The independent variable is the factors in the experiments that has the research intention manipulates or changes the observed its depth. The considered cases of reason for the observed effect. Any changes in the dependent variables are the hypothesized to direct caused by variables. The independent variables. Dependent variables is what the research measure to see if charges as result of the manipulate of the independent variables. It represents the outcomes of effective in a experiment changes. The dependent variables are considered to depends on the variables in the independent variable. Next conclusion, understanding independent and dependent variables are essential in research design. Proper identification leads to clear the hypothesis and better experiment outcomes. As we conduct our research, always remain to define these variables clear. Feel free to modify any context necessary. Thank you.